how you receive the prophet over your life affects the profit of your life. One of the greatest wisdom God gave me from young Christian age is to look at people ahead of me and allocate them heavy respect. Pastor Adeboye, who I met first in 1979, Pastor W.F. Kumeyi, whose ministry I encountered next, 1986, Bishop David Oyedepo, all these people. And then, I can't go into detail now, but then, in the year maybe 20-something, about 15 years ago, I came across the ministry of Reinhard Bonke. And I'm saying this because today, when you see the crusade crowds around the world, when we went to Jalingo in 2022, the Bonke crusade director looked at it and he said, this looks like our crusade crowd. You show us some of those clips. And we are going back to Jalingo this year. He said, this is our crusade crowd. And when we went to Jalingo, that was exactly what they told us. Say the last time we saw a thing like this was when Bonke came. What happened? Bonke was passing our way. And I rushed, and my sister asked me to do the protocol job of receiving him from Makurdi Crusade. And we went and received him at the airport, lodged him in Sheraton. He passed one night and arranged his movement to Makurdi. And before he left, I went to honor him and receive him as a prophet. Little envelope with Forex. Gave him a little wristwatch. And then he laid hands on me and prayed for me. After he left the hotel room where he slept, I told the housekeepers not to near there. The room is automatically booked till tomorrow. Extended the booking. I dived on the bed. Remained there for the next 24 hours. Praying in the spirit. After 10, 11, 12 hours of tonguing non-stop, I had encounters that shifted my life. When he came to Abuja Crusade, about 2 years later, on the crusade ground, I was the prayer coordinator. When they say, how much would they give us prayer committee? Their committee, how much is your budget? I say, budget to pray. Budget to pray. Say, we have no budget. I took my pocket money, gave refreshment and all of that. At the crusade ground, he brought out his hand and showed me the watch. He's asking me, do you know who gave this to me? The watch I gave him. Oh my God. Nothing. His crusade director said, do you know the number of people who give him things? Watches, everything in abundance. And it is the one you gave him he wore. And he's showing me. Now, just a few months before he passed, John Dacko went to Florida to see him, fellowship with him. A few months. He showed him the watch again. Say, how is Paul doing? Do you remember he gave me this watch? Just before going, greet him for me. Tell him if we don't see again, we'll see on the other side. Today we're having three crusades this week in one of those towns. Pastors have given their churches for people who are coming from villages to sleep inside the church for accommodation. And I told Dr. Mr. Enenche, I said, that looks like Bonke's operation. That's how we did at that time. You don't escape the honor. You don't escape the blessing. if you are a blessing to those God has blessed. The challenge of our generation is people are attacking those whose blessing they should be connecting. People are criticizing those that should be blessing them. People are, our young generation, the pastor, the priest that God placed over your life, according to what God has convinced you about, is a custodian of the blessing. And what I added in the first service, let me add it. No priest or prophet has any license to make demands on you in exchange for blessing. You don't go for counseling in exchange for money. Before you see this man pay this amount, that is absolutely demonic. Before you collect this, drop this. No, it is something that is led of the Spirit. Is something that is directed of the Spirit. Is something of is a heart-to-heart connection. The Lord places it in your heart. It's not something that somebody say, I'm a prophet, I'm an apostle, I'm a pastor. I am coming to tell you, God said you should give this to me. You tell him, tell God I have not heard yet. Somebody went and met a pastor. And he said, God said you should give me a car. He said, okay, I have not heard. After like a month, he returned back. He said, I said, God said, you should give me a car. He said, tell God that I am yet to hear. Hallelujah. I've heard people talk things like that to me. I say, if I hear, I will let you know. Whenever I hear, I will let you know. One came to me and said that God said I should give him, is it 50 million or 100 million to start ministry? He mentioned the kind of car I should give to him. And he's also to marry somebody. I am meant to be his benefactor in every way. I said, really? There's a house involved. Yes, there's a duplex or something is involved. Hallelujah. I mean, you have the right to tell the person I have not heard yet. Hallelujah. So that the abuses are arrested. Now, accessing priestly and prophetic blessing.